The SwampDogs YouTube channel is brought to you by Fastmed Urgent Care.
We're here with Sonny from Fayetteville Urban Ministry at the Restore Warehouse. And Sonny, tell us a little bit about some of the work that the Fayetteville Urban Ministry does here in the community.
Well, we've been here, Joe, for 40 years now, hard to believe. We started out in Hayes Street United Methodist Church with a handful of volunteers and some offerings from the church. And at the time, it was just about food, clothing, and firewood, seasonal kind of stuff. But today, Fayetteville Urban Ministry, we have 4 ministries or 4 services. And though we're faith-based, we serve people of all backgrounds. We have people that work for us from all backgrounds. We have 15 full-time employees, and we do 4 big things in the community. We have our emergency assistance program, so we're still doing food, clothing, and some financial support now as well. We have our adult literacy program. We teach people how to read, how to develop life skills. We even have a job coach on staff now. So really giving people a hand up, not just a handout. And then we have our Find a Friend program. That's our program for at-risk youth. Most of them come through the court system, keeping them out of trouble, improving their behavior, and tutoring them and getting them a mentor. That's huge. So we do after-school programming for them in summer camps. And then finally, we have our Nehemiah project, and that's free home repairs for low-income homeowners. So you can imagine that grandmother whose heat goes out in the middle of winter, and she doesn't know what to do. Well, she can come to Fayetteville Urban Ministry, and our Nehemiah project will fix her heat. I have a contractor come in and fix her heat for her. But I say all that to say we touch 10,000 lives, doing a lot of different things.
That's really incredible. How did you get involved with the Urban Ministry?
It's funny, like so many other people here in the Fayetteville area, I came from the military. You can tell by my accent, I'm not from California originally. But this is my home. I love this community. I love the culture of this place, how people reach out and help each other out. And so I really enjoyed my time while I was in the military. But when I got out, I had already been mentoring a young man with the Find a Friend program at Fayetteville Urban Ministry, and I believe in the mission. And as soon as I got out of the military, a position opened as the Find a Friend Mentor Program Coordinator. So that was back in 2002. So it's been a while. But since then, my wife stayed in the military. We transitioned. We had a permanent change of station. But my heart has always been here. And in 2012, Johnny Wilson, the executive director, called me and said, "Sonny, will you come out and give one more try?" I said, "Sure," because I love what we do. And when I came back, I became the director of operations and programs. And so now I get the privilege of covering all those 4 programs and working with great places like the Restore Warehouse and keeping our partnerships strong.
When you guys are looking for volunteers, when people come to volunteer with you, what are some of the personality traits that you're looking for in those people that can really help them make an impact?
I'm so glad you asked that, Joe, because people come from all different backgrounds and they have different skill sets. And some people will say, "Well, I don't know if I can help you because I'm this or I'm that." Well, I think we can pretty much work with just about anybody as long as you're not totally loony. We can work with you. And even then, all of us are a little bit off to do what we do for what we make. It takes a certain type of person to just give selflessly, like so many of our volunteers and staff do. But we can use everything from mentors, people who want to just work with the kid one-on-one. You don't have to be any kind of great scholar. Just be a positive adult who wants to be a positive influence in the life of a young person, ages 7 to 17. We love people who are teachers and who can work with adult learners. So if you're a retired teacher, or if you just, you understand algebra, or if you can read, you can teach a person how to read. We have occasionally sometimes where we can work with folks who are handymen or handy women and do with their hands with our Nehemiah project. Some painting, some cleaning around the houses that we work on. And then, of course, we have our emergency assistance program. So anybody who just wants to give and see a smile on a child's face, to see that they have a toy for Christmas, or they have a winter coat, or help us to stock our food pantry. You don't have to be a real social person per se, but if you are a social person, we can connect you with the human service side of things. But I'd say we take all types. We ask everybody to apply. We're open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. with our adult literacy program. And the other programs are from 9 to 5. And then on Friday, we're open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we have some occasional weekend activities, but for the most part, those Monday through Friday times are, if you're available, those are times when volunteers can come and help.
What would you say the most rewarding part of working with the Urban Ministry is?
Wow.
If you could narrow it down.
Yeah, it's so much. 4 programs touching a lot of different areas. We literally touch every demographic here, your elderly, your children, etc. Our executive director, Johnny, says everybody either has been in need, is in need, or will be in need of the Fayetteville Urban Ministry at some time. And I think for me, it's when I come out of my office and I see a client, especially with their children. I have children of my own. And when I see a child with their parent shopping in the food pantry, and all that kid knows is, I'm shopping for food. Because we treat them with dignity, they get to shop for what they want, but they don't pay anything. And that parent is getting, pulled out of a crisis, but that child is having a normal experience. So maintaining and restoring normalcy in the lives of children is huge for me.
Now, you mentioned a little bit ago about the Restore Warehouse. What is kind of the relationship between the Urban Ministry and the Restore Warehouse?
Well, the Restore Warehouse grew out of the Urban Ministry about, I think, 14 years ago. And it was something that Urban Ministry was trying to do just to kind of generate some funds to keep doing the great work we're doing. Because everything we do is free of charge to our clients. And it became an animal of its own. It's just got such a great business model and such great products and just service that the Restore now is its own nonprofit, 501c3. But every year since then, including this year, the Restore has really helped Urban Ministry to do the work we do by generating so many revenues and giving them to us. So, we were talking earlier about, when people come to the Restore, they expect a good deal. But what they get is not only a good deal, but the monies that are going into that piece of furniture, that lamp, whatever you bought, they're going right back into the community. So the Restore regularly supports Fayetteville Urban Ministry and other nonprofits to fight hunger, to empower women, to fight poverty amongst kids, help people with housing, etc.
And where can people go to learn more about the Urban Ministry or sign up to volunteer?
Yes, sir. If they like the web, they can go to www.fayeurban.org. That's just the first 3 letters of Fayetteville Urban Ministry. But they can also give us a call, 910-483-5944. Like I said, we're open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And our adult literacy program stays open until 8 those days because we have people who are working, etc. So they can call us really all the way up until 8 p.m. at 910-483-5944. And then on Fridays, we're open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or they can just walk in. We're at 701 Whitfield Street. We're right across the street from the Fayetteville Observer on Whitfield and Camden. We love it when people walk in with a donation. We especially need men's clothing. Men's clothing is a huge need. And when it comes to food, protein always costs more. So canned tuna, treat meat, Spam, canned chicken. And we even have a freezer. So if someone has turkeys or chickens or things like that. And we have a produce area as well for fresh produce. So all food items, they can bring them in. And what I always say is when you come into Fayetteville Urban Ministry, whether you go to our website at fayeurban.org or you sign up as a volunteer by visiting us or call us, everything that you give us goes out on the backs and in the bellies of those who need it most, free of charge. And that's just priceless.
All right, he is Sonny with Fayetteville Urban Ministry. I'm Joe with the SwampDogs. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Fayetteville SwampDogs and Fastmed Urgent Care.